What's up, and thank you for listening to the Steve and Jay Show. I am not Steve, but don't you worry your pretty little heads, because this guy sitting right here to the right-hand side of me, he decided to join me this week. And Steve is back.
I am back.
Steve is back.
Thank you. I'm back.
Yeah.
So, what are we talking about today? What's going on?
Well, today we are talking about Ring of Honor episode number 335, which aired on...
So is that 335 episodes? Or
it's 335.
Wow. Right on. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty
They're
good.
actually coming up on their 16th anniversary.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Wow, it's pretty cool.
Anyway, I'm Jason Courier. Thank you for listening to us today. Today is actually Elimination Chamber Day for the WWE, and we're recording this as the pre-fight is just starting.
It did, actually, 11 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I know you've been on me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway.
So now we're starting.
Anyway, so... tonight's matches. Oh, if you could please click subscribe if you haven't. Click it, please, because we need to cross 100
like
subscribers so that we can.
You can't have.
We're on the drive for 100 so that we can get our custom URL. So please do
let it
subscribe.
Be your sugar in your coffee.
Put a little sugar. Tonight's matches, SoCal Uncensored took on the Young Bucks for the six-man tag titles.
Good match.
Brandi Rhodes took on Karen Q which was the first round of the
tournament,
WOH
right? The World
tournament for the first women's championship, which is awesome. I hope that they, instead of having an hour show, I hope they do 2 hours and they incorporate the women.
Split it.
Right?
Have their own.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That'd be awesome. Anyway,
well, Nikki Cross.
Third match of the night was Flip Gordon versus somebody's favorite, Jay Lethal.
Jay Lethal, my boy. Yes,
sir.
I love Jay Lethal. Look, I just got chills. Yeah, Jay Lethal.
He had a pretty awesome moment with Bully Ray, of course, when Bully...
That's what got me involved.
Retired again.
Yes.
Which was awesome.
It was more heartfelt with this one than it was with
Oh, my
WWE.
God. This one was...
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why, I got chills, with Jay Lethal.
Mm-hmm.
And of everybody that could come out of the locker room and talk to him.
Yeah. Yeah. It was Jay Lethal. Yeah.
It was Jay Lethal.
Locker room leader, baby. Yeah.
Anyway.
So the night started out with a couple of promos. It was Christopher Daniels doing a lot of the talking with Scorpio Sky, which they didn't have Frankie Kazarian in the first promo for some reason. I don't understand why he wasn't there, but anyway. And the Young Bucks then retorted with their own little promo, or the Hung Bucks, sorry, because it's Hung Bucks, because it's got... with Hangman Page, of course, they're the six-man.
How did that incorporate?
Well, because he's Hangman Page and they're the Young Bucks, so together they're the Hung Bucks.
I know, but how is anyway, that's another speech.
Yeah, anyway.
But yeah.
Six-man tag. That was the six-man tag title match, which was the main event of the evening, actually. So they started out the program with a pretty sweet little promo between...
It was pretty good.
A little promo.
I like the clash. I like that. It was good. It's starting to build these characters. Obviously, if Ring of Honor is
and the Addiction, they're not the Addiction. They're SoCal Uncensored. SoCal Uncensored attacked the Young Bucks a couple of weeks ago. So Scorpio, they've been kind of had a little thing. Yeah. So... it's been fun. The first match of the evening was between Flip Gordon and Steve's boy, Jay Lethal.
Yes.
The Code of Honor started with the match. A nice little handshake to start it. Gentlemanly.
I know. And what did you take out of that? What was the handshake? What was the point of that?
That's their Code of Honor. That's how they...
So...
Ring of Honor, that's how they start the matches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm new. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to... Okay, sorry. Okay.
That's what they do.
Okay.
It was a fun match early on. There was a lot of back and forth, a lot of mat wrestling going on. Flip Gordon tried to turn it into a high-flying match, while Jay Lethal then tried to turn around and slow things down. He had some pretty wicked chops.
I like it. Yeah, I like it.
Slowing things down. It was funny early on in the match. Colt Cabana, he compared Flip Gordon to the young quarterback.
What was that?
He said he's like the young quarterback that when you throw him in there, he's going to take some lumps now, but eventually he's going to be a Super Bowl caliber quarterback.
There you go.
Like he's saying that he's a good wrestler. He's just
What is
kind of
that?
taking his lumps right now. And then Ian threw in some weird kind of thing about Jimmy Garoppolo and...
Your Niners, and I remember you brought something up.
Yeah.
That's another topic, but yeah, how is that?
What is it? I know, but yeah.
What are you doing, Colt?
Yeah, I like both those guys do a really good job, though.
No, they're good.
Yeah, they're
good.
awesome.
Entertaining.
Yeah, Colt cracks me up most of the time.
So then, does he do the injection yet, or where are we at?
He eventually, he didn't. At the end, he did. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Well, okay. At the end, Jay Lethal. At the very end, he landed a dragon suplex through Flip, and then he did the lethal injection. He hit the lethal injection on Flip Gordon, and ding, 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 ring the bell. Jay Lethal pinned Flip Gordon for the W.
Yes, thank you. And that's my boy, right?
Yes, sir. Which, your boy, at the end of the match, he's walking up the ramp, and he met Colt Cabana up at the top of the ramp, and it kind of felt like Jay Jay Lethal didn't know what Colt was doing. It is the way it felt, because he tried to walk away, and Colt was like, "Whoa, wait a minute! If I can just tell you something real quick, what I'm trying to tell you is what they announced was that on the 16th anniversary show that Jay Lethal is going to be taking on Dalton Castle for the Ring of Honor Championship, which is awesome.
Belt him.
Yes, please. That would be awesome. And they put the fucking strap on. Awesome. Yes. As they are speaking, and Ian, it was Colt, is doing his announcement. It is Colt. As Colt is making the announcement, Marty comes rushing in, and he says, wait a minute. Hold on. You know how many title shots I've got? 0.
Oh,
that's how many.
There will be blood.
I love Marty.
I know you.
Anyway.
I know you do. And, rightfully, though, he has a good point and a good position to where, hey, what about me?
Right. So and Marty's a villain, and Marty's doing some things. So he tells Jay Lethal, he says, hey, I'll tell you what. When you beat Dalton Castle on the 16th anniversary show, how's about you and I hook up?
How's about? I love that.
So, which Jay Lethal says, you know what? Fine. I'll tell you what. If I win, he says, you'll be my first challenge.
That's awesome.
So Marty's got Jay on lock.
That's an interesting little clash right there.
That would be awesome. They'd have fun.
You know what I mean?
That'd be a fun.
It could be like, you know what? We respect each other so much, and you beat my ass. Guess what? Now I'm your brother, and we could be tagged.
Oh, could you imagine?
You know what I'm saying? Like, so much you can do with it. I know. There's so much you can do with it.
Because Marty's Bullet Club. So.
Or you can split off and have that heel and that one like, hey, you're taking my limelight. I'm better than you. I started this, right? Oh,
I don't see those two tagging up, but they're totally different.
You never know.
You never know, but anyway, I don't think so. But anyway.
So where are we at?
So the next match of the evening was the first round matchup of the Women of Honor tournament to determine the first Women of Honor World Champion between Brandi Rhodes and Karen Q.
I like that pause. I was just trying to look at you. Yeah.
Good
no, right.
Lord,
Amazing.
Brandi Rhodes.
She's
Oh
just
my
amazing.
God.
And it was like how you said, she's choppy, she's slow.
She's not
She can't
very
make
good in
it
the ring yet.
In
but-
WWE, she can make it with her looks. But it just
No,
wouldn't-
you know what? Lana's in WWE, and quite
Yeah.
frankly, she looked like Lana running around in that ring.
Well, she started in WWE. Brandi didn't. You know what I mean? So there's a little edge on that. But she's got the look, right? So, and I remember
she's
you
got
telling
the
me,
lineage.
oh my God. She's one of the
She's
most...
absolutely gorgeous.
Now, people, if you don't know Brandi Rhodes, like, oh my goodness, OMG, she is probably top 3 sexiest women alive in this world.
Alive.
And only top 3, she's one in mine, but I say top 3 because everybody might have a different perception, but she's up there with the gorgeous one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Brandi Rhodes is pretty big in the Stephen J. Show household.
Yeah.
She's
Watch
pretty
your
up
lips.
there.
I mean, watch your mouth.
She's pretty up there in the old household. Anyway.
So, yeah, with that Korean girl, Karen Q. Karen Q. That was a good match.
Yes, it was.
That was a good match. She kind of proved herself. And you even said, too, remember we watched her. She was choppy. She was slow.
But she did she had the whole heelish thing at the end where she flipped over the top of Karen Q in the corner and she pretended to hurt her ankle and she held the ankle and then Karen eventually pushes the ref out of the way and then Brandi rolls her up and ding, 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 ring the bell. Once again, Brandi Rhodes.
And even then, though, you're saying that she's gotten better, right?
She has.
I mean, if I was an
it was
investor and I looked at her,
like if you're not going to be that technical in the ring, you better put on a show. You know,
well, they're doing their new little thing, right?
So
with the women's, right?
And she's getting better in the ring. You have to understand, too, she said before the match in her promo, she said that she's only been wrestling in ring for 2 years now.
I know, but it makes sense.
Which is...
Cody got the biggest contract in ROH, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now what's happening is now there's a division. Maybe there's an agreement of why he got that contract and why he signed and came to ROH, right? Because Vince wouldn't let her wrestle. And now it's part of the stipulation.
Right. Which is funny that he let Lana wrestle, though.
That's what I was going to say.
real?
Yeah. Really? Like, Lana's horrible.
She's terrible.
She's a Florida State graduate.
She's terrible.
And she's talking with a Russian accent and thinks she can wrestle.
She's terrible.
It's like you wear a bathing suit
She's just
very
sexy.
well.
That's all she's got going.
Yeah. You wear a bathing suit very well.
And Rusev gets pissed off at anything that she
And it's like
makes her wear the fucking boy shorts and shit.
her new outfit, right? We're like, boo. Boo. Because we're like, oh, Lana's wrestling. Yay. We're all excited. And we look at her outfit.
Oh,
we're
damn,
like,
what are you wearing?
Boo.
Wow, you didn't like your
I'd rather
previous
see the
outfit,
Sami
clearly.
Zayn and KO fucking feud before I see this shit.
No, they love each other now, for now. For now. Yeah, till WrestleMania. So, anyway.
It was a good match, though. It was a good match.
Yeah, so, again,
She won.
Brandi Rhodes did the little sneaky, and so she's moving on in the tournament. I wouldn't be surprised to see her continue to move on a little bit more in the tournament.
I wouldn't be shocked if she made it.
Finalist.
I was gonna say I wouldn't be shocked if she made it to the finals and lost.
See, I
Kelly
thought
Klein,
that.
I think is gonna win it.
Yeah, see, I think Kelly Klein is too. Emma might, or what's her name now? It's not Emma anymore. It's Shotgun.
She was Emma in WWE.
It's
I knew you were talking about.
Yeah. Anyway.
She might even be in the finals. No, I agree with you.
You know what I mean? I think she might.
Established. And
she's pretty badass.
Qualified. You know?
And anyway. So Dalton Castle then cut a promo, which started out with complete nonsense. He said cantaloupes, beanbag chairs.
I'm the other guy behind you right now.
And baby bunnies. That's what he said as the promo started. So total talking nonsense. Marty rushes in. He interrupts the promo. He says, "Hey, what you say? You say we have a match."
Wait, what'd you say?
Hey. So Marty rushes in. He interrupts the promo and challenges Dalton, who kind of semi-accepts it, or he says...
It was questionable.
He says, "Do you know who I beat when I made my big premiere in Ring of Honor, and Dalton kind of just doing the, yeah, it was me. Yeah, I remember it was me.
Guilty?
Yeah, it was me.
Yeah.
And he says, I get kicked in the head a lot, but not that much. He says, it was me. I remember it was me. And so Marty says, I tell you what, if you beat Jay Lethal, will you challenge me? I challenge you to the Ring of Honor Championship.
You're not going to be my guy. But okay.
Who then Dalton kind of...
Yeah, he kind of praised up a little bit.
He says, do you know what you're really asking for, kind of thing?
I was going to say, yeah. Like,
so he kind of accepted it, but kind of didn't. So I assume he accepted the challenge.
Well, folks, I'm going to be locked in on that one.
Yeah. Anyway. So Marty appears to have a title shot coming no matter what, because if Jay Lethal wins, he's got a title shot. If Dalton Castle defends his title, he apparently has a... So Marty being the villain and conniving and...
Spitting.
Slithered his way into
it's almost like
title
that
shot.
Money in the Bank, right? You're guaranteed.
Yeah, he's pretty much guaranteed himself a title shot.
So he's sitting pretty.
He's
sitting there
the
talking with
villain.
Colt.
He's the villain.
Sitting there talking his smack.
So up next was the main event. So big timing. Big timing. SoCal Uncensored took on the Hung Bucks.
Great match, man. That was a good
awesome match. Yeah, awesome match. Kind of a little wonky the way they ended it, but it was an awesome match. Fun stuff either way. So, Hangman Page and the Young Bucks were defending their title against Frankie Kazarian, Christopher Daniels, and Scorpio Sky. Yeah. Formerly were the Addiction added, which is a dope name. Added Scorpio Sky, decided to just do SoCal Uncensored, which, whatever, it's cool.
I like the Addiction.
I like the Addiction a little better too.
Awesome name. It's very creative. I'm addicted to something. Are you?
Yeah, actually, I am.
I can't even say it, so I won't say it.
Anyway, so this was a Ring of Honor 6-man tag team title match, which is a awesome belt. I love the 6-man tag title belt itself.
Right, me too.
Yes. As they were entering the ring, Matt Jackson almost Michael Jacksoned his face when he was doing the flex thing.
Did you just say Michael Jackson?
I did. He's doing the flex thing, and he gets blasted right in the face by the pyrotechnics.
You get blasted?
Blasted right in the face. Face by the pyrotechnics. Which he and Nick kind of laughed off. It's like, it's cool.
I'm all right, bro.
It's all right.
I'll brush it off.
I've had worse.
I'm a beast.
I wrestle in Japan. I'm cool. Sit on a 13-hour flight and then I wrestle.
You ever eat rice on your knees?
Jesus.
I have.
I don't know how they do that shit. Anyway. So, Hangman Page and Frankie Kazarian started out the match. It was kind of one of those furious type beginnings as the two of them.
I was wondering,
kind of had a little bit of a rivalry there between the two of those. So
definitely
it started out pretty crazy. I was going to say the Addiction, but the rest of the Addiction, the rest of SoCal Uncensored then charged into the ring. Christopher Daniels and Scorpio Sky, they charge in.
See, I like Christopher Daniels.
He's a stud.
He's a beast, man.
Stud. He was actually in the first Ring of Honor match ever.
See, that's awesome.
Stud.
I've known him for a minute. Not necessarily following him, but I know his name, and I've seen a couple of matches just periodically here and there. He's a beast.
And he and Frankie Kazarian together, they have, he's,
you know what I mean?
Got that.
To where, you retired 20 years ago, but you're still here.
Yeah, he's
because you're helping out young people, right? The Jay Lethal with the bully.
Yeah, like, kind of ish, but he plays more of a heel-y type character, but.
And that's where he gets his most,
he's a stud.
Reception.
He's a stud.
So he's a beast.
So anyway, Young Bucks then charge in, and they do some pretty cool double team work, which they're awesome.
Flippy dippies. What do you call it, Jay? Jay, what do you call it? Flippy
dippies? And dippies,
Flippies and dippies, baby.
Hell yeah.
You did well on
I love my high spots.
You suited and booted?
They do the thing where they pick up, yeah, hell yeah, they pick up where Matt picks up his man, and then Nick comes running in and does the cutter, which is super cool.
So dope. So dope.
Nick Jackson flies all around. Like, that's what he does. He's the high flyer, and Matt seems to be the dude that kind of does a little less high flying, but throws dudes around just the same.
He's the frame. You know, like, you know, they're just here.
Yeah,
you know, while he's doing his flippies and all that. I like it. Nick I love it.
He flies. I love the flying from the inside of the ring to the outside.
And he goes out
then he springboards off the ropes. He flies off the turnbuckles. Like, he does all kinds of fun stuff.
Exactly. Who does that anymore?
Yeah,
I don't care
awesome.
if you lose. You can not win in one match, but you're doing stuff like that. This is why we watch. This is why we like it.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that.
At one point, SoCal Uncensored, all three members end up outside of the ring. Speaking of the outside action.
That's right.
Then the three do the one knee down thing, and Ian Riccaboni starts it up. Colt even finished this one for him. He says he does the whole Oakland to Sacktown, the Bay Area back down.
Yeah, I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah,
and
they do the suicide dives.
He yells it like you know when you know what's going on.
Yeah,
you know, like rather his announcing voice, he like literally just yells.
He's awesome.
From the Sacktown, from the Bay Area, and back down. It was oh my God, it gets you in the mode. Yeah. And you know something special is going to happen.
It's going down now.
Yeah, and you look at it and it's like, wow, this is why I like ROH.
Yeah, it's good shit.
You know what I mean? It's good shit, man. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
You know, no limits.
Yeah.
Like you're building, right?
Yeah.
So there's no failure.
Everybody's
failing.
They're a lot more loose as far as and they're not technically as polished as
obviously
as even NXT really.
True.
But it's fun stuff just because, like you said, it's all them. Like, you can tell it's all them.
Yeah, and it's more personal. I feel like more of a connection, like into the person's character or whatever it is, rather than watching everything else. I'm not gonna say brands or anything, but watching everything else, it's different. And so when you incorporated this and showed me this, I was like, wow,
yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
It's amazing. It's cool.
Yeah,
it's like our A's, right? Low budget, but making moves and
making stuff happen,
and
though.
making things
finding
happen.
talent.
Exactly.
Yep.
Feeders, right?
Yeah. Speaking of talent, Hangman Page drops the old buckshot lariat, which I think is a super cool move.
Dope.
He dropped a few of them in this.
That's your shit.
He went for a second one too and didn't quite hit it, but I like that.
Yeah.
So he does the sling board thing where he flips over and then he does the running.
Would you?
You know, with his.
No, I got you. I got you. I just
dope.
Like the illustration. Yeah.
So eventually, Matt Jackson ends up getting Christopher Daniels in the middle of the ring. He's got the sharpshooter, which they call the cease and desist.
Yeah, like what? What is that?
In the middle of the ring, he's got it. There's a lot of flipping and dipping going on by Nick on guys on the outside of the ring. As Christopher Daniels is about to tap, Frankie Kazarian pulls the referee outside of the ring.
That's right.
So Todd St. Clair is distracted then outside the ring as Christopher Daniels is tapping in the ring. Young Bucks should have won. Scorpio Sky comes swooping in with the 6-man tag title and takes out Matt Jackson with the title. Christopher Daniels just kind of drapes over the top of Matt
that's right.
St. Clair.
But don't you like the rivalry that they're
gets
starting?
Into the ring?
Don't you like it?
No, I do. Yeah, I think it's going to be fun.
Right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be awesome.
And so St. Clair gets in the ring. 1, 2, 3, counts it out. Ding, ding, ding. What? Ring the bell. Christopher Daniels is a Grand Slam champion. He's won all 4 titles in Ring of Honor now, having won the 6-man title. Everybody's pissed off.
So he's almost like Serena's, sisters of tennis world.
So easy there. Easy now. Sorry, I don't know about all that.
I don't know either, but
Anyway.
No, but that was interesting because they gave you so much with that.
So, but wait, Bully Ray comes on out and says, "Well, hold on one second. I just got off the phone with the Mr. Joe Koff."
Who?
Joe Koff.
Who?
That's the
I know. Who?
Vince McMahon.
I know. Who?
Joe Koff. Anyway, so I just got off the phone with Mr. Joe Koff. No, he doesn't. He's actually just a normal human being.
So he's still drawing up pizzas in the oven.
Just like everyone else.
Yeah, but he's a millionaire.
Yeah. Anyway. So Bully comes out. He says, "Look, I don't have any interest in being a general manager. I don't want to be a commissioner. I damn sure don't want to be the authority."
And he just retired, right?
Yes.
So
he says, "But what I'm going to be is I'm going to be the enforcer."
Ooh.
And he
says the enforcer.
I'm the enforcer. And what I'm going to enforce is a little order around here because we seem to be lacking in a little bit of honor.
So you mean to tell me he decided to retire to fill a void
He's
of
pretty much
lack of
gonna
order?
now be the
So he's the muscles?
turnkey for
Got you. Turkey.
for Ring of Honor.
For all these immigrants.
Yeah, he's going to be the gatekeeper.
Yeah, I got you. So, so now he's the enforcer. So is he like a Daniel Bryan? Or
See, that's what he said, though. He's
know what I
not
mean?
a general manager. He's,
Well, he's
the
acting
enforcer.
like one.
He's the enforcer.
He's acting like one. He just gives himself a different title.
It's a different title. That's
right?
which I hope
But he's
they.
still doing the same
God,
thing.
I hope they develop that character.
I do too.
You
I
know,
do too.
because he can't be in the ring. He got too many bumps on the head. You just can't do it.
You just can't.
And he's not ready to not do it.
He's not
do
going to
it
walk away.
anymore.
He's not going to walk away. He's going to stick around.
That would be awesome if they could develop some
and
sort
his
of a
tag
character
team,
for him.
Not going to say names.
And I'm sorry,
Where's
but
he
he's
at?
really fucking awesome.
Where's
as a
he at
heel.
though? Oh, absolutely.
So if he could play like, I know he said I don't want to be the authority, but if he could play like that authority figure that is a little heelish too, that would be.
Well, it makes sense.
Oh.
No, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Because you could, like how you said, there's so many options. You do so much with it,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's the whole thing about ROH. You know, you got these young kids, and I'm gonna say kids. I know they're men and women, but they're developing. They're
still at
they're
the
searching to find something.
growth
This is where it
stage.
goes, and then NXT would be the next, or 205 would be the next. You know, and it's just this is the beginning. And watching the past episodes that I've watched and seeing these characters like grow, like not only like physically, but you know,
In
vocally,
ring, like you can see him do better. You can see him speak
you
better.
See
Yeah.
them grow and just,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, this is why you chose them.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning you're like, why are they even here?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
And they're a little rough. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
2 episodes later, you're like, oh my
Okay,
God, they
I
got
get
a
it
lot
now.
better.
Yeah, I get it.
So, you know, and that's why I give the comparison with the A's, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of organizations would give young kids
A shot.
but a shot
Yeah.
to play. And guess what? They're either MVPs or they have a predominant role in somewhere and on the team. It's just not going to be here.
Just not
right?
here. Yeah, eventually you're going to move
Right.
on. Seth Rollins
Just not going to be here.
used to be Tyler Black.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Oh, I
Dean
know. Isn't that
Ambrose,
funny?
like-
What was his name? Tyler.
Tyler Black. Yeah.
Wow. Can you imagine?
And the curb
You-
stomp was
like,
the blackout.
Yeah, just like shut your eyes and like plug your ears. Tyler Black. And just like picture Seth Rollins. Freaking Rollins.
Seth frickin' Rollins.
Wow,
Tyler
Tyler
frickin' Black. Yeah. Anyway.
All right,
Anywho, Seth is one of my favorites, so I had to bring him. I don't know why I went right to Seth.
No, we're
There's
good.
been so many from Ring of Honor that.
Hey, we're good.
Anyway.
We're good.
Anyway,
Anyhow.
so Bully asked the crowd. He says, "You know what? It's not." He said, "Our SoCal Uncensored is in the ring. They're yelling, what the are you talking about? Like what? What do you mean you're going to restart this match?" He says, "Well, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is we're going to decide if we're going to restart this match. And he asked the crowd, what do you think? Are we restarting this match? Of course, the crowd goes apeshit crazy, and they want to restart this match.
Absolutely.
Because who doesn't love the Young Bucks?
Dude, Young Bucks, they are flashy. They are awesome.
They're awesome.
Flippy dippies.
Yeah, they're awsom.
They're on your level.
I love how they talk.
They're
like
on
they
your
talk
level.
trash to their like. Oh,
You
here
have
it comes.
to.
Gotcha. This is crazy.
That's like the
all
shit
kinds
I
of
would talk
cool
to you or
stuff,
something.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you turn around and like just start laughing or whatever.
Yeah.
You get it.
Yeah.
It'd be like
It's
2
fun.
words. That's
Yeah.
it.
So, of course, the crowd goes crazy. Bully calls for the bell. Bing, bing, bing. Ring
Let's
that
start it.
bell. Here we go.
Boom,
We're going to
boom.
restart this match. And there's a stereo super kick by the Young Bucks. I think Hangman Page does the shooting star from the apron onto the outside of, I think it was Scorpio Sky on the outside of the ring. They get Christopher Daniels up into the
That's right.
the Meltzer driver like super fast.
And that
Hit the Meltzer
driver
driver.
is
That's
dope.
dope. The 5-star Dave Meltzer
That
driver.
is probably like the Razor Ramon, the finisher. Remember I told you?
Yeah.
That one night.
That's
that was
right
like
up there
my
with
finisher,
the
like
favorites.
my favorite.
Yeah.
That's probably
That's
up
dope.
there. That is dope.
It's a dope
You're doing a
finish.
360.
Yeah. The
flip
flippy dippies
while you
into
do
the pile driver. Yeah. The tombstone pile
Pretty
driver.
dope. Or Tombstone. There you go. Pretty
Yeah.
dope.
Dope.
Pretty dope. I don't give a shit if you don't do anything all day, and that's what you do. I will pay and I will watch you.
Dope.
That is dope.
Dope. Yes, sir.
Dope.
So, ding, 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 ring the bell. The Hung Bucks win and defend their title as they restart
As
the
should.
match,
As
as
should.
they should. So, that was Ring of Honor for the week.
Dope. And you know what? Every week I always ask you, hey, are we caught up? Did
Yeah.
we watch?
Yeah.
We watch. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah, we already watched.
Yeah.
I'm so like,
It's so fast is what it
I'm
is.
hooked.
Like, it's
I'm hooked.
super quick. Like, so.
well, I'm hooked. So
Yeah.
that's why I
So,
always ask you. And
Can't
you're like,
wait
dude,
for next
shut
week
up.
already.
You asked me 5 times already. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
no, we're on it. Yeah.
I like it. The flippy dippies are back. Action, characters. You're watching kids build themselves and watch them actually productively get better, even on the mic.
You can literally see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, anyway, so
We're good.
yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Hey,
So,
we're
Anyway,
back.
that
We're
was
back,
the Ring of
motherfucker.
Honor this week. Neighbor just decided to walk into the house, so we're gonna go ahead and cut it off now, just like that.
Hey, people, stay tuned.
Love you, Jarrett. Thank you
got
for
way
walking
better.
in as we're recording. Thank you. Anyway, thank
Love
you.
you, Pete.
Love you. Thank you for listening.
Absolutely.
If you could please click subscribe down below.
Please
You can
do.
now visit us on StephenJShow.com.
And I think we're talking about in the future that maybe if you do subscribe, if you do that account, and you do contribute to the show, that maybe we'd have clips that only you would see.
Oh yeah, on Patreon.
Right?
Yeah, we're
Patreon, right?
working our Patreon thing. We've actually got a Patreon page,
Absolutely, we do.
patreon.com/Steve and J Show. I'll put the link down below.
So
It's still an in progress kind of thing. We don't have a whole lot on there.
But it's
so.
going to be a treat, right? It's going to be
Yeah,
a
we're
treat.
gonna have to have a
so
little
you're going to
treat.
ask yourself why you're donating. Well, donate and you'll find out, and it's really good.
No,
We're
I
gonna
actually
pump it
have
up.
the thing on there. I put it on the page. It tells what the. Oh, anyway, you need to actually look at our Patreon
I
page.
do.
Apparently.
You just called me out.
Anyway, all right. Love you guys. Thank you
you.
for listening. Thank you, Steve, for coming back.
I'm back, bitches.
All right,
We're back, bitches.
Let's go. Thanks
We're
for
not
listening,
eating
guys.
burritos and putting our feet up.
All right, stop.